And welcome to 360 Dialogue here on Third Eye Africa Television, your number one crime watch station. And if you're just tuning in, you're welcome. You're right on time to your favorite show on Third Eye Africa Television. Of course, if it's affecting the youth, we're talking about it here on this show. I am Juliet Omra, and today we are talking about critical. In fact, we are going to the future to stand and talk about the future right now. We're talking about the future of the youth in the coming years. So what would it be in the next 10 to 20 years? What would jobs look like? What would, the youth be like? What would their activities be? That all we'll be talking here on 360 Youth Dialogue with our guest. She's Doreen Emmanuel Audu. She's a government affairs relations in the area of digital transformation. So good to have you, Doreen.
Hi, so good to have you, Juliet.
Okay, let me do like a background on how I met Doreen and everything. So Doreen was to do a presentation at this event, and I saw her talking. I was like, this is a young lady doing so much. I mean, she was teaching a lot of young people about the future, AI, tech, and all that. So just a brief on who you are and what you do.
Okay, so hi, Julia. Thank you so much for having me. My name is Doreen Emmanuel Audu, and I'm a government affairs relations in the areas of digital transformation with IntelliWorks technology. And I've been working in tech for like 5 years now.
Okay.
And I started in tech by chance. It's not like I found tech, like this is what I want to do from the beginning. I happened to found tech by chance when I had a friend who would always tell me, I'm traveling to Bauchi, I'm traveling to Gombe, and I'll ask, what are you doing? And he'll say he works in tech. And I was like, I don't know, but when I'm done with school, I want to solve a problem in agric with tech.
That's smart.
Yes, I did not really know the problem, but I knew then that I wanted to solve a problem in agriculture. And immediately I finished school. I schooled in ABU Zaria. I got a scholarship with Cisco Networking Academy to study information technology. Yes, and that's how I got into tech. So that scholarship really helped me, and they were giving it to women. So if you're a woman, instead of having to pay 10,000 at that time, you pay 5,000. So I used that 5,000 from my last allowance from school. I used it to buy the form, and that's how I got in. And here I am today.
Okay, just before we strike on this particular topic, let's do some icebreaker question. Okay, physical or remote jobs, which would you pick?
Okay, so I've been working remotely for the past 2 years right now, and I love working remotely, but sometimes I miss going to the office.
So it's more like hybrid. I would do hybrid. Yeah. Okay.
I don't mind hybrid, really.
Okay, hard or soft skills?
Hard skills, really? Yes. Hard skills, yes. Hard skills.
Why? I mean, everybody's looking for soft skills because soft skill pay better and you don't need to stress.
Oh yeah, I know, but for me, I think hard skills, maybe because now I'm currently building, I think I have the soft skills already. So I am looking more into the hard skills. But yeah, the soft skill, that's what most young professional need to look into building. Yeah.
Okay, last question on my icebreaker questions here. When you were little, what was your dream job? What did you say I would want to be in the future?
A nurse.
Ooh,
yes.
Are you a nurse?
I'm not a nurse right now.
You're far from it.
I'm far from it. But I've always wanted to be a nurse. And sometimes I would sit and talk about it like, I would have probably been a nurse right now in another country if my dad had allowed me to pursue nursing.
Oh.
Yeah. My dad would say, I think instead of having to go to nursing school, just go and be a doctor. And that time I was scared. I thought it was going to be a whole lot of work. That's why I jumped it. Yes.
Interesting. Okay, for us to begin, let me start from where you just stopped right now. You know, a lot of people would go to school and dream and say, oh, I wish I can be a this, that. Some people would study banking and finance and then they see themselves working somewhere else. Some people will study law and then they see themselves working as a salesperson or a mass communicator. I mean, that whole shift actually affects the job opportunity, and because of the job opportunity, actually, they find themselves doing something that they do not dream about. So to begin with, how would you describe the current state of Nigeria's, job market right now?
The current job market is concerning, and it's not just a problem that we have to shift to just one group. It's everybody, all of us, the employers, the employees, and then the government. We need to look at it in that direction. So for the employees, right, we need skills. We need skills that match what you're looking for, right, for the employees. So sometimes there's a skill gap, and then there are expectations. I was in a gathering of young people last week, and in the discussion we are having, somebody said, "Oh, our youths are lazy," and everybody was shouting. But by the time she landed, we all had a different perspective. She said she is a recruiter, and anytime she sends out jobs for recruitment, you see a lot of applicants, but they don't read to understand exactly what that job entails. Yes, and then the skill mismatch as well. You don't read, so you don't know what the recruiter is looking for. You just want a job, and then you don't even understand the job description, the job role. What are you applying for? So then there's that skill mismatch, and then the laziness, and that laziness is just the laziness to dig deeper, to do research on that job. And then there are like mismatched expectations from the employees. Yeah, there are mismatched expectations. You see somebody from an entry level who wants to earn as much as someone who is like mid-level or a senior in the job. We need to come down to our reality and see exactly where we are. If we all move with that mindset that the job market is somehow, but even though, we also need to match our own reality. Let your skill match what you're looking for. And then also ask questions, do your own research. Then from the employer side, sometimes the HR, they also don't do their own due diligence. Then you end up employing someone who does not match what you're looking for because you are so lazy to just scheme and go for the best person. So there's a gap between meeting the right talent and who you're looking for. There's that gap. Then the government needs to make favorable policies for young people. Support organizations to support young people. Yeah,
but just before we go to the government and all that, I want us to look at, you've made mention of the gap between, there's a knowledge gap, there is underemployment, unemployment, and all that mismatch of skill, value, and everything everybody have to offer. What do you think are the main factors that make this whole thing? Because all this results to the massive unemployment we hear in Nigeria. So what do you think is the main driving force or driving factor that push this whole gap and widens the gap?
I would like to think of our educational system. Is the first thing that came to my mind, our educational system. Because if you look at it here, the things that you are taught in school, and then you come out of school and see that the reality is entirely different from what you were shown in school. When I was in school, nobody taught me how to send CVs, how to tailor my CV, how to enter the job market, just sent to enter the job market. To be honest, that's one of the problems that I can think of, like heads up, like this is it. We need our educational system to mirror that. The world has changed. We're currently, and we have about, like I said, 60% of us are below 25. There's so much that needs to be done. We can do this if the educational sector is going to be reformed. Yes.
If the educational sector is going to be reformed.
Yes.
Meanwhile, speaking on sector in Nigeria, which sector do you think drive more opportunities for youth in Nigeria? Because educational sector, before now, a lot of people would fancy being professors because the knowledge quest then was high. But right now, a lot of people are not even vying to even teach or even pursue for their PhD or professorship or whatever. So right now in Nigeria, which sector do you think is driving more opportunities for youth?
Because I'm in tech, I would like to say tech. because
Okay, I think I'll jump to tech.
yeah, because I'm in tech. Because I
Okay.
can see in tech you can decide to be your own boss. You can learn a skill and offer it as a service, right? Yes, and then you can work. You can be in Nigeria and offer your service globally. So if only you think long term in tech, you should be able to scale through. So for now, because I am in tech and all the answers that I have are around tech, so I would say for tech has an low entry barrier.
Okay.
Because if you can learn the hard skill yourself, then you now need to pitch yourself to recruiters. And look at content creation is part of tech. A lot of people are in content creation. If I have some controversial take where someone in Kaduna said, "Oh, I think everybody in Kaduna is a content creator." Of course, because
The space is big.
exactly, it's big for everyone to win. So yeah, I think the tech sector, because the tech sector itself is broad. It's broad.
So when you say the entry level, make me understand, because entry level, do I need to get the certificate? Do I need to get, like, what is it? What do I need for an entry level in tech currently?
You know, I tell people a lot that remove certificate from your mind. Remove the certificate from your mind and instead go for skills. Learn the skill. Sometimes I attend bootcamp that don't even collect certificates. For me, I just want to put that skill into use. And most recruiters want to see, what have you done? If you say you're a content creator, show us your page. Show us the numbers. How many pages have you grown? So nobody's asking for your certificate in tech. People want to see what you have built. If you're a software developer, what have you built? If you're a UI UX designer, let's see the website you have designed. So it's not just the certificate itself, but how are you applying the skills that you have acquired in the training? So you by yourself, see, there are so many resources. There's so many information online, and I tell people that if you want to enter tech today, you don't even need to ask me. When I started learning, I will go on YouTube. In fact, I started learning data science using Solo Learn. It's an app. I will learn it on my phone. I didn't even have a laptop as of that time. I go on YouTube to check if what I'm doing is correct. I learn from people on YouTube. So you can see that the entry barrier is low, because you can have access to information online everywhere.
Right.
There are content creators telling you how to do this, how to figure it out. Unlike medicine, I don't know if you can go, if you can learn medicine on YouTube. I don't know if they do those things. But for tech, I can tell you that you can learn tech skills on YouTube. And I've seen people who have built their skills from just YouTube alone. They don't even have certificates. Yes,
Very true. I mean, that's right, because I saw a meme that was saying that we can import knowledge and then apply it.
Yes.
But when it comes to medicine, you can't do that. You can't be online and be taking instruction from, let's say, a doctor abroad and say, "Oh, cut the vein in the right." Cut the next thing, you're like, the person is gone. So yeah, that's true. That's right. So for tech, it's easier to acquire knowledge, to gain the knowledge, and to plunge into tech without, should I say, a professional guide per se. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, beyond technology now, are there other industries or skills that are quietly growing but have not, gotten much attention in Nigeria?
Yes, please. I think there are skills that are growing and they haven't really gotten much attention. Skills that don't need you to be digital.
Okay.
Yes. The electric wiring thing, it's a thing. Mechanic, it's a thing, because almost everybody's going mobile right now. People are looking for ease. So when you learn these hard skills, they help you navigate. So the carpentry as well, also help. Then this delivery service, it's a thing. The delivery service thing is a thing, because one time I was just driving around and I could see like 6, 7 delivery guys. See, one day I'm going to buy a bike and I'm going to be doing delivery, because really, and especially Valentine's Day, you could see that those parallel people. So delivery is a booming business as well. This delivery thing is a booming business. So I think more people should look into it. Then manufacturing, and even agriculture.
Agriculture.
Yes, agriculture. You package. You know this potato, right? Sweet potato. You can dry sweet potato, grind it, and package it and sell it. Yeah, my mom does it. So these are the things like we can do. We can make ourselves useful. Does not probably requires you to work, to have like a hard manpower, but we have these things, agriculture especially, we have it. And we don't even have a food problem, we have a storage problem. So if more people can enter, and then there's problem of food security where people are complaining that our red oil itself is it's been diluted, right?
Yeah.
And then you see, there's one girl on Instagram, she sells palm oil. She go to the States, process it and sell them. Those are the things that we need. If you look at it critically, some of these things, they don't even require so much capital.
Yeah,
you see, right?
That's right.
So like, those are the skills that they sell. Yes,
that's right. I feel like young people, when they talk about job, everybody just thinks white collar job. Blue collar job, green collar job, whatever collar job. But they really look at it from the formal angle where, oh, I'm a corporate baddie, I'm a corporate guy, I'm a corporate, I wear my suit and my tie. But when they look at, when they should be looking at other sectors that are, booming in the market, like the agriculture sector, when it comes to tech, not just tech of, can you program or whatever, because some youth will say, oh, I don't have a laptop, I don't have a phone, I don't have access to information, but what about simple things like solar installation? That's making wave, that's making money, because if they can actually, fix things.
We need you to fix things even. We need you to fix things.
That's right.
We need more manpower. We need more people to fix things. We need more people to get their hands dirty. But right now, people want to scale. They don't want to do those jobs. And they don't see that there's a market there that is untapped. They don't see it. Or probably they see it, then they ignore it.
Why do you think they ignore it? Let me come from
probably
that.
Because it requires hard labor.
Oh, that comes to, okay.
Yeah, and secondly, I also think of something. We need to think like we are creative problem solvers. When youth think like creative problem solvers, then we'll see problem around us and will not think as if they are big things to do.
That's right.
Why am I saying this? An average person or a young person, when you talk to them, they want to work in an office, right? Once they finish school, university, they want to work in an office. But the reason why they sent you to school is because you need to solve a problem. So if you look at your community and say, there's a problem in my community of teachers, we don't have good teachers. So I want to go to school and study education so that I can come and be a good teacher in my community. You're solving a problem. You're applying your skill where it's much more needed.
Exactly.
So if we think of ourselves as problem solvers, then we'll not be skipping jobs. Even when you go to school, you will still come back and use that your education to solve something for yourself and for your community. So that also involves the solar installation. When we look at our electricity, how is it? Every day we're talking about national grid failing, right? So when you think of yourself as a creative problem solver, you want to go to school and study this thing, or you want to acquire this skill so that you can come and solve this problem for your community. And that's even how you scale globally, from solving a local problem. We don't have the luxury of currently in this country of saying everybody must be a white collar job person. We don't have that luxury right now. We don't have that, because we need to do that. We need to create about 47 millions of jobs by 2030. That means 4.5 million each year. Do we have that infrastructure right now? Do we have the capacity for it right now? But imagine if every young person think of themselves as a creative problem solver and look at a particular problem in their community and think of ways they can solve it by acquiring a skill that is relevant.
Interesting. That hit deep because this actually takes me to the part where, looking ahead right now,
Yeah.
where you see, okay, this is a problem, and you're already thinking ahead to solve that problem. So more like going to school to be a doctor or to get a job or to just scale through life. You're actually going to school to solve a problem which you saw
Yes.
in your community or probably around your family, around your immediate, friends and relative. That's really deep. That's really deep. Okay, but let's look ahead right now. Let's look ahead right now. How do you see the future of work evolve over the next 10 to 15 years, especially in Nigeria?
The future of job evolving. So let's just take a global outlook.
Okay.
Global outlook. According to the World Economic Forum, right, the Future of Jobs report says that about 170 millions of jobs are going to be created. New jobs are going to be created, but also 92 millions of jobs are going to be taken away from us. They are going to either evolve or it's no longer going to exist, right? And in these jobs that are going to emerge, right, there are new jobs that we don't even know about as of today. So it is saying that currently there's a need for people to upskill the job market. Like you need to upskill both everybody. If there are like 100 people in a job, 59 of them would need to upskill. So that means that everybody needs to look around. How can I do better for my future? Thinking long term. What jobs are available for us that is going to grow, and what jobs are we not going to do anymore? I mean, you could see since AI came, AI has shifted the entire world. It does not matter whether you're in tech or not.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
I advise parents as well. I say, if your child wants to study, we're in a critical position right now. We're in a critical place right now in the whole world that everything is changing. I believe that in the next 5 years, you will not even recognize today in the next 5 years. So every parent have to do a big job for their child. It's no longer, this is what I want to study. It is you now doing your research, coming down, thinking ahead. What skills? What skill is even transferable? Because there are some skills that are transferable. Like if you do them today, you can be able to use them tomorrow.
Yeah.
You can use them across organizations. I work in tech, but I can also work in finance with my tech skills. I can also work in government with my tech skills. I can work in health with my tech skills, right? So they are transferable skills. We need to learn basic prompting skill AI, because it does not matter what industry you find yourself, you need to have digital skills to apply, because your employers are even looking up to you to make money for them.
Yeah.
Yes. So you need to think of creative ways which you can apply yourself to make more money for your employer, and then your skills can be relevant in the future. See, you can start basic with the common basic prompting, because prompting now is crucial for everybody. Everybody. So for you to pick a skill right now for the future, you have to really look at having transferable skills and looking at the world. Where is the world right now, and where would the world be? Also, what are you good at, and what is the world willing to pay for, and what would the world need? They call it ikigai. Ikigai, yeah.
Ooh, the Japanese word.
Thank you. They call it ikigai. So that thing is very good. It's very, very good.
Yeah.
In fact,
just for our audience, just explain
Yes.
what ikigai means.
Okay, yeah. So ikigai is a Japanese way of how they pick their careers or how they pick their lives. So it's basically you thinking about what are you really good at. It's an intersection it's an intersection of what you're really good at, what the world needs, and then what are they willing to pay for. So there, you need to find an intersection of these things, and these are like recipe for a good life.
Exactly.
For a good life, because I'm really good at this thing, and then the world needs it. Oh wow! And the world will pay for it. Imagine like I know how to cook, right? And the world needs people who can cook, and people pay me to cook for them. I keep saying that. You see, people are lazy. Really, I am lazy. People are lazy, but just different kind of laziness. And if you look into where people are lazy, you can make money off it.
That's right.
So that's what they're willing to pay for, and that's what they need. you know. So yeah, you need to find your ikigai and then align it with what it is, the skill for the
global
future,
the global
trend.
demand.
Yes, global demand. And honestly, you need to think of AI. And like I said, the basic prompting skill, you must not be a machine learning engineer or AI, no, but that basic technical skill, you need it to support your own job. Because imagine a job that you have to use 10 hours to do, but with AI you can just do it 2 hours. In fact, recruiters know now, employers, they know, so they will give you work and expect you to finish it on time, because they know that, guy, there's ChatGPT, there's AI.
So you don't go wasting hours
Exactly.
in doing one work or one project.
Exactly. You know, when they keep saying that AI is not here to take your job, but the person who uses AI will take your, it's true. It's true.
You know, there's that fear of AI is coming to take our jobs. A lot of people will be jobless, this and that. And some people, including myself, you know, when it comes to tech, we're just very skeptical. We're like, oh my God, how do I revolve my head around this? How do I go about tech? How do I go about AI and all that? There's this fear when it comes to technology, like, oh, I need to be a science guru. I need to be a genius to do this. So is AI just for tech gurus, or probably it's for everybody? And if it's for everybody, how can everyday people use AI daily to, you know, upskill? Because you said out of 100, 59 people need to upskill.
Yes.
So how can that 59 in different sector actually upskill using AI?
Okay, so AI is a new paradigm.
Okay.
Remember when people use calculators, where people calculate with their, like, you calculate manually? I remember growing up, there's a time where they will tell you that you're using calculator, that you're lazy.
Yeah, true.
Exactly. So for every new technology, people don't understand it and they criticize it. But you need to know that in every good thing, there's also a bad side. If you don't get married, there's a bad side to it. If you get married, there's a bad side to it. Like, in every good thing, there's a bad side to it. But once you embrace it and you remove that fear, you begin to see the possibilities. See, possibilities only happen to people who are positive minded. I have my reservation about AI, but that does not mean I will not use it, right, to better my work. Because imagine everybody's using AI, then I'm the only strong-head one and say I'm not going to use it. Everybody's going ahead and they're leaving me. So whether or not you use AI has already changed systems. It's already changing system. So for you to use AI, I like to tell people how I use it. I use AI for career progression. I did not go to school and learn AI. I use AI to learn AI. I started learning AI as far back as 2022 when ChatGPT was launched. You know, that was the first generative AI. And AI has been here for a very long time, just that it's not generative like as it is today. So I use AI to learn AI. You can tell AI to teach you how to do basic prompting. I use AI for career progression to accelerate my growth. These are my skills. I put all my skills in AI, like ChatGPT. These are all the skills I have. Before now, I have multiple interests. I have a lot of skills. And sometimes I would be sad that I feel like I have a lot of skills but don't know how to use them.
Unify.
Thank you. Before now. And I felt lost. But I'm not going to lie to you. Last year, I put all my skills in AI. I said, these are all my skills. I've worked as an executive assistant. I've worked as a social media manager. I've done this. I've worked, like, can you match them all? And AI matched all my skills and said, I think you're going to do better in this place. And I went to do my master's. Now I did my master's in international affairs and diplomacy. And I'm currently into government affairs because I matched all my skills. The one I learned from my bosses, the one I learned as an intern, all of them, business, all of them amounting to one thing: government affairs relations. And I'm currently doing that. So for you to use AI, don't be scared. Use AI to learn AI. Use ChatGPT. Teach me about this and that. You need to speak to it. It's not a skill. You need to speak to AI like you're talking to your friend. You need to be clear at all points. There's no communication gap to get the best out of it. So whether or not we like it, AI is changing industries because calculator changes how people calculate. So it free up time for them to be able to do better things with their time. Instead of, imagine having to calculate just one thing for 5 hours. But now AI has calculator took that away, and then they use their time to do better things. That's what AI is doing for us. It is not here to take away our job or something, just here to make our work better. Imagine having to type using 5 hours to type reports, but you can easily tell AI about that report and to draft it.
That's right.
And you look at it, you edit it, and you submit in few hours. If I have a job that requires me to do that and then I'm doing it manually and somebody else is using AI, every day they're going to ask you. Exactly, everybody asking you, why are you always slow? Do you get? Because nobody's going to ask them, they're using ChatGPT.
So it makes you look incompetent.
Thank you. I'm not going to lie to you. When I started using AI, I was the first person to use AI in my organization. They will see this interview. They used to shame me. I'm serious. They used to shame me that time in 2023. I used it to write an application. I got in that fellowship. That's when they knew that actually this girl is ready. I wrote an article far back as 2023 explaining AI to people. Yes, explaining AI to people that this is how it is. So when people in my office started using it, they realized actually it's because I'm not dumb.
So it's not people that use AI, it's not because they are dull, dumb, or they are lazy. It's because they are trying to progress and, go further. But we'll take a short break now. And after that, we have more coming your way. Stay tuned because you need to know the AI skills you need to know to upskill for future jobs. Stay with us here on 360U Dialogue.
I'm 100% sure that in the next 20 years to come, my job will feed me and even my unborn children. Looking at all these buildings now, you see they are high rising. I am into installation of elevator, maintenance and repair. And each building, most of these buildings here, all of them have elevators. Not one, not two, not three. So if I do one or two installation, I'll have to do maintenance, and people keep using it, people keep buying, people keep breaking small structures to build a bigger high-rise. And then if you check, before we used to beg for us to have apprentices to train, but now you have to pay them. Nobody is ready to learn the job. They are all looking after Yahoo boys. Everybody wants to drive Benz overnight. So I believe with my skills, in the next 10-20 years, I'll still be in the field and I'll be working.
Youth should have entrepreneurship, business, to know how to use money, value money, so that when they go to corporate world, they have already have the idea of business.
Nigeria has been bamboozled, razzle-tazzle, and razzmatazz politically. Unless the old men leave power, what can Nigerian youth learn? Yahoo, that's the only language. Because we are begging for people to come and learn skills now. You will not see. Back in 2000, you beg people to carry your child along to learn one or two skills. Now we don't have anything in this country. People are busy producing missiles, producing warplane, war jet, war this, war that. But our politicians are busy looting money, going to other countries, buying houses and other things. If Nigerian government wants the youth to learn something, to learn a skill, it's not POP work, it's not messing work, it's not carpentry work. Let our youth be productive by the government should do the needful. What do I mean by the needful? Provide enabling environments, companies, industries, that they can learn one or two things. Imagine China phones. The IT students, they'll produce and then will start buying in a high quality, in high prices. We are not ready. We are not ready to learn anything in this country.
My own field, I'm into elevator installation. So we have like the nation is developing. So when we have new buildings, new companies coming in, I think it's not only me, other people that are coming up from me, they will still have job opportunities and they will still have good jobs if our government put things in place and open door for other investors to come in and invest on this. And not only that, as in Nigeria, we have most of our indigenes of the nation who are best in this elevator job, in all kinds of jobs. So I don't know the reason why most of our government don't believe in us going outside to be taking foreigners to come, and when they come here, they put us into slaves. Something that we know that when they go to their own country, they can't do it, and they are doing it here, enslaving us, while we are the one doing this stuff. So what we are asking for, the work that I'm doing can secure me a job, even not in Nigeria. In future, I can take it to anywhere. Understand? But what we want, we want a greater Nigeria, and we want to put hands together and we work it well.
Welcome back from that short break. If you're just tuning in, probably you missed a lot, but you're still here. We're still here talking about the future of work for Nigerian youth on 360 Youth Dialogue. I am Juliet Omra, and I've been having this wonderful conversation with Doreen. She is now I understand when she say a government affairs relation, because AI helped her with that career path, and that's interesting because you need to actually understand when it comes to AI, when it comes to the future job. It's not just AI right now. When we talk about future job right now, it's not just AI. Some people are actually saying that more for people that can't learn AI, go and learn hard skills. So what are the future emerging hard skills and soft skills? When I talk about soft skill, I'm talking about AI skills, emerging opportunities that would arise, both hard and soft, that people should be aware of. Now we're looking at the future jobs that youth should watch out for.
Okay, so the first thing I would talk about is analytical thinking. Yes, it's one of the things that most employers are looking for right now, and it is a soft skill, analytical thinking, and I feel like it has a relationship with creative problem solving, because you need to be analytic, you need to think ahead, and also you need to have agency as a person, an agency to do things on your own without having to told what to do. Right. So the emerging skills, the emerging that are going to come, even if you're doing data analytics, you have to include AI data analytics, AI this, AI that, because like AI makes it much more faster. You see AI project managers, you see them. I see them online. I see AI product managers, see AI UI UX designers, because it's no longer just this.
Yes.
It's associated with AI. Whether I would like it or it has already changed how we work. Data, AI data entry, AI this, AI that. These are really the skills, right? The entry level skills that you need. And then prompt engineering is very important. Like I said, whether or not you're in tech, you need to understand how to prompt effectively. Because once you're able to prompt, you'll be able to prompt your way into a successful task.
Exactly.
So that prompting, it's number one. And then you need to be, like the analytical thinking, you need to be able to analyze problems. So even if you have the AI skills, you need to be able to analyze problems. And then communication is very important. I feel like it's a lot of things. This is one of the things that most professionals, especially if you're coming in the job market, you need to learn how to communicate effectively and clearly. And to also be an effective prompt engineer, you have to understand how to communicate clearly without any barrier. The next person you're talking to have to be clear about it. Yes. Then for non-technical skills, the emerging jobs are really around this agricultural thing, and we can use AI to enhance agriculture, to make our lives better. No matter how small the work you're doing, people are still building systems right now that's enabling other people to work better. Whether you're a salesperson, more tech people are building tech software to help you to sell better. For bookkeeping, yes. So these are the skills that are coming. So if they help you to do these things with software, you'll now be able to use it to support your own work. So all you have to do is to think analytically, what problem am I going to solve? And how can I use AI to solve this problem for myself and for my community? So some jobs have not even emerged yet. They're still forming. But once you look around you, you can see one or two things that AI can help you solve. Really, once you look around, you can see AI. The problem of bookkeeping, especially in the informal market, right? And since according to the Nigerian Economic Summit Group, that 90% of us are in the informal sector. So that means if 90% of us are in the informal sector, we need to look at how AI can make this work better, the work that we do. Whether you're a salesperson and you need to bookkeep, and I keep telling people that whether you have a small business, you're a small business owner, you need to understand how to bookkeep. You need to understand how to document your processes, because that's the only way your business can scale as a young person. And so if we are secured, if we're employable, we are secured like this, right? Then also our country would be secured, because imagine what this kind of employment, whether we create it for ourselves or they give us, or somebody employ us. Imagine what the skills, it gives us an identity and safety. So once you're able to sit and think of how can I better my life for me to be secured long run, thinking long term, how can AI help me? AI can help you start a business. Yes, AI, you can have your business idea and AI can refine it for you. I was telling a friend that you can have a whole startup with just AI. You can automate those processes. So you have a business, you want to be selling maybe digital product online. You can write a book, sell them online. You can decide to just start a mini business. You're doing it here, but your AI is your salesperson. You use AI for advertisement. I mean, you could see that there are AI generated content for advertisement, for sales, right? These are the things that you need to look into it. So AI animation, AI filmmaking, AI music. I mean, there are music that are done by AI. This flavor song, it's AI. So these are the skills that we don't have before, but now we have them. AI can help you create music. AI can help you automate systems. Even as a graphic designer, AI can help you to do this job. So you don't even have to do the graphic yourself.
So it's more like people can actually look forward to merge hard skill and soft skill together, and then upskill them at once. But you're looking at, okay, what's the hard skill I can do, and what's the soft skill aspect of the hard skill that I can upskill together. That's interesting. I mean, that's a lot.
People, you don't have to leave the industry that you're in. All you have to do is have digital skills
on top of that.
That's all. Because remember we said almost 50%, if they're like 100, 59 would have to upskill. Imagine adding digital skills to the skill that you already have. That means you're going to take away the job of that person who does not have. And then even if you want to start your own business, or you have an hard skill and you want to include AI into it, it also gives you a competitive edge.
Yes. So very interesting. So if you're watching this and you're a carpenter, or if you're watching this, you're a student, if you're watching this, you're whatever you're doing, whatever industry you work in, whatever sector, just upskill with AI, upskill with technology, and that's it. So you talked about safety. Now, a lot of people, some experts warn that if youth are not open to AI and are not equipped with future skill, it can actually lead to an increased economic pressure, and also when it comes to crime. We're looking at this current time where we're already complaining of the unemployment rates, which is leading, we're always hearing of kidnappings here, theft here, robbery, this and that. This is because of no job opportunities. And now when AI comes in, it's coming in with its own opportunity, which most people are not ready for. And it's taking a lot of people's jobs. So we're now going to see triple effect of unemployment. So how do do you really see a risk when it comes to AI? And how real is this risk?
So, the former CEO of Twitter, right? Jack Dorsey, made a tweet, I think last week, of laying off about 4,000 of his staff.
Yes, 4,000.
That's a lot. That's a lot. 4,000 is a lot. Now imagine if these 4,000 people are entering the job market now to go and look for jobs. Naturally, they're really competitively ahead of you already. even before now, because they have worked for a global company,
Yeah.
right? And before, most of us work remotely. We export our skills. We work for other companies abroad. If in that places now they are doing layoff and most of them don't have jobs, that means they're going to take the jobs that we have, that we used to
Globally,
get from
yeah.
them. Yes. So that means we need to now find our own market here. We need to innovate for our own market here. So now we need young people need to look around for opportunities as to where their skills should be put into use currently here. According to the Nigerian Economic Summit Group, that said that 90% of us are not properly documented. We work for the informal sector, right? So if 90% of us are working for the informal sector and there's no documentation of us, so many people now are just figuring out how things work, trying to figure out how things work. A lot of us are trying to figure out how things work, and then most of our population are young people. They need to identify very early with a group, because jobs even give you identity, gives you
That's
security, right?
That's right.
So you need to identify very early. Then there's no jobs. Your mind, they say the
Idle mind.
is the devil's workshop, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So there's a problem if a lot of us do not have jobs and we need to rely on creating our own jobs, or even if we don't have to, some people don't even have the orientation to create their own jobs, because this talk that we're talking right now, it's not everybody that will listen to this or that will get to hear it. Some people don't have that luxury of creating their own jobs or hearing that it's possible for them to create their own jobs. Now imagine if bandits come and say, we'll give you this amount of money and we want you to work for us. That's what they see. That's what came for them. So it is a problem if most of us are unemployed. It is a problem. So what I'm going to say is that the government needs to look around. I mean, the government are looking around it. They are creating jobs. They are doing Nigerian Jubilee. They are trying. They are doing what they can, right? More young people also need to be employers of labor, have to think of, how can I create my own job? How can I save myself from the job market? Because right now the job market is competitive globally, even it's not just in Nigeria, it's competitive. Most of the people I know are looking for a job. It's not like they are not skilled, they are. So the thing is, we need to move away from say, okay, we need to somebody to employ us. How can we employ ourselves? AI music creation, and I can see that they are pushing AI generated content online, whether on TikTok or on Instagram. They are pushing it. You see AI animation is getting a lot of views. People get paid for these things. This is another way of creating your own employment, because if you have these skills, you can work for somebody, can reach out to you, come and consult for me, or come and build this thing for me. You get paid for doing it. You must not have to be employed full time. But then we need to, all these things, we need to have a system that is documented that we are doing these things. So that even if you want to shift from that to get properly employed, we need to have a system that documents this thing. So basically, I'm just saying that young people don't just need job, they need identity. They need to identify, either with groups, either business groups or just youth groups. Yes, they need to. Then we need to have more skill training around these areas. I myself, I'm doing a little, like last month, a friend hosted a training program in Kaduna State government, the assist. They train about 5,000 youth on AI fundamentals, AI skills, AI content creation, AI music, AI talk, and all of these things. It's a very good initiative, and I was so impressed by the turnout. That's tell you that yes, our youth, they want to learn, they want to do something. Government needs to just create more thriving environment for them to actually do these things. Provide, even if it's funds, to support them. When they come for this training, don't just let them go. Check out who are the most active, support them, get laptops, connect them to jobs, partner with other organizations, put them there, join hackathons. And I keep telling people that you can join hackathons. People are doing hackathons where you have problem you want to solve. Go join an hackathon, so that in that hackathon, people get to see you, they see what you can offer, So you get jobs from hackathon, you get paid for your problem, for your problem solving, everything. So we need to youth needs to not just get a job, but find an identity to help us solve the future crisis. This is what is going to help us to tackle the insecurity long run, because I don't believe that this insecurity can be tackled within just a year. It is a long time planning. So youth employment is core of it. Is core of this insecurity. Once our youth are employed, they are busy. They are either creating jobs for one another or they are being employed busy. I don't think long time we're going to have problem of insecurity, but even if we're going to have, it's not going to be so much. Yes.
3 minutes. Okay. So for young Nigerians watching this program right now, what is the first step, the very first thing you would tell them that they need to do or need to be prepared for the future work?
It is your mindset. First thing first, your mindset first. You need to be open to possibilities first, because you cannot be going this way, your mind is going this way. You need to work on your mindset first. All the things people are saying negatively about AI, block out the noise. Focus on the good part of it. Focus on how you can protect yourself long time, how you can secure yourself long time, right? Once you're able to work on your mind, then you look at how can I merge my own core. You don't need to build new skills that is out of your line. How can I just make the one that I'm doing better? That one is a very good question, to be honest. If you ask yourself, this work that I have right now, how can I be better? How can I use AI to make my work better? Then embrace possibilities, embrace change, be open to change. You're not fixed one place, be open to change. Put your head down, look at economic outlook, look at news ahead. We need to be thinking long term. And the problem is we want to make money today, and it does not work that way. We need to be open to making money long time, building a life for ourselves. And it starts small. You need to be patient. You genuinely need to be patient. Even if you say you want to japa, even if you japa, you're not going to make money the next month or the next year. It requires you to be patient, to build brick by brick. So my advice to young people is open-minded, be positive, then be open to building long term. Look at opportunities around the world currently. Where everybody is complaining, you try to look at opportunities and make yourself useful. Look around opportunities around your area, your community, problems to solve. Jump on it, no matter how small. Once you're doing it, see, it's better to do something, small thing well than to do big thing
not at all.
Exactly. So do the small thing, do it well, and the world will find you from where you're doing that thing. We've had look at Tunde, right? Tunde Okunayo. He was just doing this chairs in slum. It was a very small project, but now it's global. It was a problem that he saw in his own community and decided to tackle it. It's the same thing that everybody should do. My own place, I'm doing my bits. I train young women, I support young women, I mentor young women, I have a small NGO that provide technical skills to children in the North. So that's what I can do right now, and I'm doing it. So if everybody, all of us can say, where can we do better for ourselves and for our community, then we don't have problem.
That's true. That's really right. But there's some youth that are overwhelmed. When we talk about skill, they're like, okay, I don't even know what direction to go. There are a lot of skill. Okay, upskill, get a skill, get soft skill, and you're an advocate of rather than get certificates, get the skill. Now there are a lot of skill. How can young people focus on what skill they should have part-time?
Block out the noise. There's too much noise on social media. Do this. Once you open Twitter now, you see article. Do this if you want to do this. Do that if you want.
How to make money in 30 seconds.
Exactly, in 30 days. And it's not even, that thing is not even, it's not true. You can't make that kind of money in 30 days. You need to build long time. So once you block out the noise, you know exactly what you want out of life. Then you know that it's not today I'm going to make it though. Let me just be building.
Yeah.
When I look at the portfolio of people that have my dream jobs, and I look at them, they're like in their 40s. And I just calm down, like, oh, these people, they've been building long time. So me now, I want to rush and be like them tomorrow. People that have been building for years, for decades, you know. So it's patience, to be honest. We need to embrace the slow life, you know, moving slowly, because we want to rush. We want to rush, we want to get money. And because social media, this one is driving this car, that one is driving. But really, if you look at life itself, you need to build and you need to think slowly and execute fast.
Interesting.
Yeah. And then you build to disrupt. I'm going to say this. Please build to disrupt.
Build to disrupt. If you should explain that in just a minute.
Yes, because there are barriers in building. There are barriers when we are solving a problem. Somebody will say, oh, there are barriers. Change focus, disrupt the system. You know, right? Like disrupt the system, change focus, make things work for us. You know, the old system is dying. So you cannot let the old system block you. So you should build to disrupt, change system. That's what people who built AI did. Before now, we don't know how AI works, but just from 2022 that Sam Altman decided to build a generative AI system, now it has changed the whole world, that disrupt system. So if they can do that, why can you not?
Indeed.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Doreen, for coming up here on 360
so
Dialogue. I am so going to rewatch this episode. If I'm you, you should actually rewatch this episode. Thank you so much. We've been having a discussion here on the future of jobs for the Nigerian youth. And you don't need to be overwhelmed by the skill, you know, getting started with AI. You just need to know what you're doing. What are you currently doing? Upskill that with AI. Ask AI the question and AI would definitely give you the answer. There are a lot of future jobs coming in, be it hard skill or soft skill. You just need to be ahead to take the global stage. Thank you for joining us here on 360 Youth Dialogue, where we talk about the issues affecting the youth. Thank you for staying tuned. I am Juliet Owura. Keep watching Third Eye Africa Television.